Hello and welcome to this session of definitions. This session is intended to help understand some of the different definitions we use in procurement. So let's start with the word sourcing. Sourcing is all the steps in the procurement process that happens before the award of contract. And sourcing is concerned with identifying and defining the needs, and we can do that through the use of a specification. It's also concerned with the contract design and developing the contract terms and conditions. We then move into identifying and appraising suitable suppliers for our contract. And from that list of shortlisted suppliers, we will invite them to quote or to tender. And finally, the bids will need to be analysed and you'll need to select a supplier to which you want to award a contract to. Next, let's look at purchasing. Purchasing are all the transactional steps in the procurement process that happens after the award of contract. This is sometimes referred to as the purchase to pay cycle or the P2P cycle. So purchasing is concerned with firstly the acquisition of goods or services, and we use this through placing orders. Occasionally there'll be a need to expedite those orders and chase suppliers to make sure that goods and services are received on time. We then need to receipt the goods and services onto our system so that our business know when the goods and services have been received. And finally, we need to arrange payments to our suppliers. Now let's look at the word supply. Supply is the process of inbound logistics in the procurement process, also happens after the award of contract. And supply is concerned with the timing, the quantity and the location of the goods and services that are being delivered. Supply can range from simple products that are delivered at regular periods throughout the year, all the way through to complex components for a major production. Let's look at contract and supplier management next. So contract and supplier management are the development and performance management of vendor activities in the procurement process, again that happens after the award of contract. Now, contract and supplier management is concerned with developing suppliers, motivating and incentivising them to work well with us. It involves building relationships with our suppliers through regular contract review meetings and resolving issues. There's an element of performance appraisals as well within that process. We need to be able to measure success against key performance indicators that have been set. And finally, vendor rating. Vendor rating is the measurement of a vendor's activity against pre-agreed criteria. It's usually things like price, quality and delivery, each of which can be weighted differently depending on what's most important to you. And finally, that word procurement. Procurement is the full process of all the sourcing, purchasing, supplier and contract management activities. Thank you for watching.